An Instagram page is now in the middle of controversy.
You've heard of the rich kids of Instagram, but what about the rich kids of Tehran? Yes, there's a 1% in Iran, and they're done staying quiet about their lavish lifestyles. Meet Mohammad Reza Sobhani, better known as Sasha Sobhani. He's a man with over 1 million followers on Instagram, and it's not hard to see why. Based on his photos, his life is filled with fancy cars, private jets, and of course, plenty of partying. Whether he's staying at the luxurious Four Seasons Hotel George V in Paris, France, or drinking champagne on a private jet to Ibiza, it's clear Sasha is definitely living the life. While he may think Ibiza is always a good idea, how many people can afford to splash out on such extravagant trips? Well, the answer to that is more than you might think, according to the Rich Kids of Tehran Instagram account. This simple social media account provides fascinating insight into the lavish lifestyles of how the wealthy people of Iran spend their money. For instance, they can afford to buy yachts filled to the brim with champagne. Speaking of lavish lifestyles, you might be interested to see how the royal kids of Dubai spend their billions, but more on that later from our friends over at The Richest. Tehran is the capital of Iran, and it's a huge city full of history that also happens to be home to some extremely wealthy individuals. The RKOT Insta claims to show off the stuff they don't want you to see about Iran, which might sound strange at first, but check out this seemingly low-key photo and you might be surprised by the massive amount of fallout it caused. It shows the granddaughter of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, founder of the Islamic Republic, holding a Dolce Gabbana bag worth over $3,700. There was a ton of backlash over this photo, which was viewed as an extravagant display of wealth. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the world, nobody blinks an eye when Northwest plays with her mother's $35,000 Dior purse. But is that really a genuine Dolce & Gabbana bag in this photo? After all, there is a booming market of counterfeit brand-named goods in Iran, so it's possible some things on Instagram may actually be less fabulous than they appear. But not always. Many people love to lounge by the pool in Lavish, an area known as the Beverly Hills of Tehran. You might be surprised by the high-profile houses you can spot in Tehran, like this incredible Three Views residence. It's nestled in the mountainous Tahroud rural district and features an intricate yet exquisite design. While there are many historic mansions for the public to view, there are also plenty of amazing private homes we can only marvel at. The people featured on the Rich Kids of Tehran Instagram page are known as the Afazadeh, which translates to noble-born. This means their fathers are men of great influence, which explains their massive wealth. These are the nouveau riche kids of Tehran who drive top-of-the-line luxury vehicles and aren't shy about taking vacation time. Sometimes the hardest part of traveling is figuring out which luxury car to take to meet your private jet, a struggle we all can relate to. Saman Ghazemzadeh has over 700,000 Instagram followers and is one of the most well-known rich kids of Tehran. It takes a bold man to pull off a purple suit without looking like the Joker, but Saman is a bold guy. His Instagram page is filled to the brim with photos of him dressed to the nines, posing with high-end cars, riding in limos, and generally making us question all our sensible furniture. There are some who believe the page is important to challenge people's perceptions on what life is really like in Iran. But there are others who think it's just a way for the wealthy and powerful to flaunt their money and status. And flaunt it they definitely do. Just check out the cash, Rolex, and passports. When a rich kid takes off to London in their $160 Uggs, you know they're going on a private jet. Or maybe you prefer wearing Louboutin calfskin sneakers like this gal. These can easily cost $595 per pair. While some vacation photos feature over-the-top luxury destinations, others reflect combining traditional aspects of Iranian culture with displays of wealth. Like all the photos of people enjoying hookah in lavish locations and in clothes you couldn't wear in public. Of course, these kids like to get out and travel outside of Tehran. One popular destination is Kish Island, a place known as a consumer's paradise. It's filled with shopping malls, decadent resorts, and tons of tourist attractions. It's also a great place to drive your Mercedes 6500, a vehicle with an MSRP starting at $124,500. Most people think of Iran as being a warm place, but you might be surprised to learn that it has some world-class skiing. If you're a fan of winter sports, Iran has some of the best slopes around. If you like architecture as much as you like winter sports, you might want to look at the Baron, which is designed to give guests the best possible views. And of course, you might even see some of the rich kids of Tehran taking their Instagram pics. Even when they're just out for the day, they're showing off their Tehran street style. And just where do they get all these expensive items? One favorite shopping destination is Sam Center in Tehran, where only the wealthy can afford to shop. Where else can you get your Cartier Love charity bracelets in multiple colors? Oh, and they're $6,300 a pop for the yellow and pink gold, and $6,750 for the white gold. Totally worth the $19,350 to have all three. And of course, just like any other Instagram influencers, they always make sure to post pics of their delicious looking food. When it's time to get around town, you just know these rich kids aren't taking the bus. The BMW i8 Coupe is a popular choice, and the starting price on one of these is $147,500. Then there's the Jaguar XF sedan, which starts at $51,100. An Audi R8 Coupe will set you back about $169,900. Oh, and did we mention that the average gross salary in Iran is about $16,246? This means 10 people making the average salary in Iran could pool their entire yearly income and still come up short to buy the Audi R8 Coupe. Lots of people love posting pictures of their pets on social media, and rich kids of Tehran are no exception, except they tend to be a bit more exotic than a cat or a dog. Rasul Talaway found himself in trouble after posting pics of an opulent party featuring pics of a tiger he says is a pet. Oh, okay then. According to Big Cat Rescue, big cat cubs cost around $2,500, and that's just the beginning. For just the first year, you can expect to spend $22,000 on permits, food, vitamins, toys, and more. We'll just stick to our small and much more affordable cats. People aren't afraid to spend tons of cash on their pets, but others prefer to splurge on enhancing their appearance. Plastic surgery is surprisingly big in Iran, and it has the highest rate of nose surgery per capita. Wearing a telltale bandage on the nose is even seen as a status symbol. On the lower end of the spectrum, a nose job in Iran can set you back about $2,000. That might not sound too bad, but just remember the average salary in Iran is about $350 a month. The wealthiest citizens of Iran go to the priciest surgeons for nose jobs that can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000. Those who can afford it are also known for splurging on tummy tucks and other cosmetic procedures. Tons of young people in Iran are having to postpone their weddings because they can't afford them, but needless to say, that isn't a problem with the rich kids of Tehran. And when they're not walking down the aisle, they're watching models strut down the runway at fashion shows. Just ask model Anashid Hosseini, who married Amir Mohsen Moradian, the son of Iran's ambassador to Denmark. We'd love to show you her wedding photos, but they were so over the top that they had to be removed from social media amidst a severe backlash. However, Anashid claims her wedding was fairly standard and defends her envy-inducing Instagram pics on her personal account. She claims that many of her designer clothes and handbags are actually fakes, but there are many who believe they're the real thing, and Anashid is just being humble. Don't forget about Iranian caviar. Yes, we're talking about those tasty little fish eggs rich people can't get enough of. Most of the caviar produced in Iran is immediately exported to other places, but if you have the cash, you can expect to pay anywhere from $70 to $150 for a mere ounce of caviar. Just one of these sturgeons can be worth up to $35,000. In fact, the most expensive caviar in the world comes from the Iranian beluga fish and is known as black gold. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, 1 kilogram can easily set you back $34,500. And in addition to black gold, the wealthiest citizens can also get some Iranian red gold. The saffron that comes from Iran is next level, and of course it's priced accordingly. Not only are the saffron plants precious, but the top-notch stuff is picked by hand instead of by machine. It provides a sweet taste, and it's thought to have health benefits since it's a rich source of antioxidants. Because it's so highly priced and difficult to procure, it's considered the most expensive spice in the entire world. Each flower provides only 3 stigmas, so it takes about 70,000 blossoms to make a pound. That's about a football field's worth of flowers, and you know they only grow under certain conditions. A single pound of saffron can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the quality. And of course, what is a fancy Tehran home without a Persian rug? These rugs are handmade and made of the finest materials, such as wool, silk, and cotton. These floor adornments can have anywhere from 60 to 1,000 knots per inch. A 9-foot by 12-foot rug with 500 knots per square inch would take 5 artisans working 6 hours a day, 6 days per week, about 14 months to complete. The most expensive Persian rug was sold at Sotheby's New York auction for $33 million. Now imagine if you liked these rich kids of Tehran, how much you'll love hearing about how the royal kids of Dubai are splurging and spending their billions. Our friends at The Richest compiled a list of private yachts, lavish cars, and even a $2.7 million camel. There's no luxury that's too much. What do you think about the rich kids of Tehran? Do you think they should keep flaunting what they've got, or is it in bad taste? Let us know what you think in the comment section and then click on the subscribe button for more videos from us here at The Taco. Bye for now.